Gregory Robert Neiman, 36 years old, Mount Morris. Let me tell you what he did to a 14-year-old victim. This is a ghost case that we've been working since last week, the 15th of February. Neiman, who's 36 years old, groomed and targeted a 14-year-old victim that he met through a family connection. And I'm going to tell you two stunning lines throughout this investigation that I want to rattle in everybody's head when you hear that he was going to make big money off monetizing the sex videos, and the fact that he said, when you're legal, we're going to get married. This is the story I'm bringing you today of that guy who's charged through David Layton's office, 7 counts, 7 felony counts, 3 of them CSC first degree, 3 of them CSC third degree, failing to register and re-register as a sex offender and habitual offender. This guy is not the first time. This guy was arrested in Saginaw County and violated his probation and his order, which sent him to prison. And then he went on parole and was paroled out in 2019. And when he came here in Genesee County, which I say predators have no borders, he focused on this 14-year-old victim. This is a case where everybody in the system worked exactly the way it was supposed to. It came to Ghost because of the great work that Hurley Hospital did in their social work department. This victim was in PEDS emergency department, and that social work pipeline that was there knew that there were some red flags, picked up on the signs, contacted one of our officers assigned to Hurley, and that officer, Fido, contacted the Detective Bureau, and Ghost was dispatched under Sergeant Jim Duhart, whom you're going to meet in just a minute. What we found was, as this victim was in the ER and the story was unfolding, it involved other agencies. So we're thankful for Flint City Police in Grand Blanc Township. Because again, even though he is from Mount Morris, the incident occurred in Grand Blanc, the report was in Flint at Hurley, and it involved another location in the city of Flint. Sometimes it's just great having the sheriff's office jurisdiction to work with all these agencies. But it doesn't stop there. Now that the social worker got involved, ghost investigator got involved, the officers get involved, the SANE nurses, our sexual assault nurses, which are just unbelievable forensic interviewers in a nursing uniform throughout this country, and more importantly, in this county. SANE nurses are dispatched to look at, to ask questions. It's part of the forensic interview, the forensic investigation process that many times gets us to where we are right now. And we're so thankful for that SANE nurse who did that examination. From there, this victim was taken over to Voices for Children. And because of Voices for Children, we were able to extrapolate more evidence against Neiman, who has been grooming this victim for months and months. I'm going to tell you how it started. And once we got the Voices interview and the SANE interview, and once we get the records, and once we get the examination done, we were able to charge this guy, and now he's being held for $350,000 cash bond in the Genesee County Jail on those 7 felony counts and being a habitual offender. Here's how it happened. Fortnite. It happened in a location in Grand Blanc because of a game. We often talk about predators using grooming tactics and how they use this open door to step into a young person's life. Now, mind you, this victim, a 14-year-old at the time, has a 14-year-old brain, a 14-year-old maturity. This guy's 36 years old. And he took advantage of that by using a common likeness called Fortnite. It doesn't have to be Fortnite. It could be anything. In addition to that, he used alcohol. He used CBD gummies to get this victim addicted almost. And this victim would call and ask for more gummies and more gummies. And what would he bring? More gummies. In addition to that, he would call this victim baby. He would create a relationship. And when Sergeant Duhart got assigned this case, it was able to get more information on the investigation. The statement that's the most compelling is not only was he assaulting this victim, but he was videotaping and monetizing. In fact, when his phone was taken, he made the comment to Duhart that he could have made a big amount of money off those videos. Are you kidding me? This guy wanted to monetize having sex with a 14-year-old underage victim? That's what Ghost does. We go layer under layer under layer. I'd like to introduce to you the officer in charge of this case, Sergeant Jim Duhart from Ghost. Sergeant Duhart, you have done this for a long time and you have seen this firsthand. This case was unusual because initially you thought that he would not talk to you, but he just spoke. Why did he do that?
He's cocky. He's arrogant. He thinks he's untouchable, and he doesn't think he's doing anything wrong. Is the worst part about it. You know, it's normal to him to do that. And it took him 3 days from the time he met the girl playing Fortnite for 3 days.
Yeah,
that's all it took.
I think that's important because I just had another parent over the last couple of weeks reach out to me because they have protected their daughter. They made sure that they had all the stop gaps on the social media, but yet they were able to use another device to open up another means of communication where a predator jumped in, and we were able to spin that around, and so it doesn't happen to this. But as somebody who's a parent to parents out there, you know, when you have time away of accountability, and in this case, it was a location in Grand Blanc, there were other people that age group there. How does a 36-year-old get into that environment?
It's easy. You talk their language. You talk, like, make them comfortable, give them the gummies, just make them feel at home that, oh, they care for you, they trust you, and they just work their way into it. And the easiest way is through a video game. You talk about it.
And I'm going to tell you that his mentality, too, was to create a relationship so he could exploit it. In fact, your investigation showed that there was a certain time of day, without tipping our hand on everything, that he would actually park down the road from where she was staying and convince her to come out of that location, maybe through a window, through a door, and he would take her to another location and sexually assault her.
Correct. They would meet at an abandoned place, and they would get in the car, and she told me he taught her how to drive.
At 14.
They sat on her lap and just would drive his truck around to get her all comfortable and happy, and then they'd stop at a random place and have sex in the truck.
So I say this because we're going to hold people like Neiman accountable, but we also believe that there are other victims out there. And I want you to take a good look at this face. A 36-year-old man from Mount Morris, Gregory Robert Neiman. He exploited relationships that were family relationships, friendly relationships. He ingratiates himself using these introductions, these grooming tactics, which are not immune to just him. It's all predators do that. I encourage you to watch what's happening, look around, and I want to thank the whole system because this truly is an example of the system working together.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've been working close with Grand Blanc Township and have working with the Flint City on some stuff and trying to make it a bigger case.
So we have more Ghost updates coming to you next week. And this is going to be an overview of all the work Ghost has done since August of 2023. You will be so encouraged to see the work, the proactive work that law enforcement with Ghost teaming up around the state has been doing. And that's for next week. But as of right now, we want to highlight what Ghost did in this case. 14-year-old victim, grooming tactics, the system worked, but there's more people out there that he may have assaulted. And finally, if you yourself have been a victim of not only just maybe Neiman, but somebody else, we wanted to hear from you. We want Ghost to be your protector. And maybe you need to step out and you need just a little bit more courage to do that. We will come to you and give you the voice that you need. And this is what Ghost is, giving that voice to the voiceless. Wherever you're at right now, use this message for good. And until next time, be safe.